Hello and welcome back, friends. Welcome to phase 4 of our project implementation program. If you're just joining us, be sure to visit our previous phases and labs. This phase is where we get into the nitty-gritty of the project, connecting our on-premises infrastructure to Azure, essentially forming the backbone of our network. In this video, we'll introduce the vital labs that make up this phase. We will start by setting up our hub and spoke architecture in Azure and configure a network peering. With our Azure infrastructure in place, we'll move on to connecting our on-premises network to Azure using site-to-site VPN connectivity. This will ensure seamless communication between our on-premises and Azure resources. Once we've achieved the connectivity between our on-premises and Azure infrastructure, we will then configure routing tables to manage data traffic efficiently between our on-premises and Azure hub and spokes. In the final part of this phase, we will set up a point-to-site VPN connection for our remote users in Australia and US. This will enable them to securely connect to their respective Azure spokes from anywhere. We will perform the configuration of these labs in Azure portal. Without further ado, I'll see you on the other side. Hello and welcome back, friends. I'm glad that you can join me for the implementation of our hub and spoke architecture, which is part of our project implementation in phase 4. I currently have a resource group created to configure hub and spoke. We need to search virtual networks from the search bar or go to the menu and click on virtual networks from here. We'll then go on to create virtual networks. We'll choose our resource group. We'll name it, and we'll just leave the location as default. Click next. We'll rename the subnet. We'll review and create. Now we have our hub virtual network created. We're going to go ahead and configure the other two spokes. I'll leave the location as default as well. Go on to next. However, we're going to change the address space for this network. We will then go on to review and create. Okay, we'll do the final spoke. We're also going to modify the address space and rename the subnet. We'll then go on to review and create. We'll then go on to our resource group to verify our configurations. There you go. We're now going to go ahead and configure network pairing between the hub and spokes. We'll navigate to network pairing. Currently, there's none, so we need to create the connection. That connection is already done. We'll do the next one. I'll refresh to see if this warning disappears. If we're now going to the hub, we can see that our two spokes are connected to the hub. We can also verify this by using the network watcher, choosing our resource group. This will provide a visual representation of our hub and spoke connections. If you find this video helpful, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in our next lab.